Wayne 394 jumps ahead right off the start, taking that early lead like a pro. Duff Dad is hot on his tail, trying to close the gap but struggling a little with the tight corners. Amy the Man is holding strong in third place, keeping pressure on Duff Dad. It's a tight formation as they navigate through the first few turns. Texas Rangers Watt has made significant progress, now in P18 after overtaking 4 cars. The man has surged to P3, successfully passing both Captain Potato and Neista. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and Neista M have responded by moving up to P4, overtaking Wayne 394. Snooker 515 and Maya have successfully moved up to P22 after overtaking Paradox. Meanwhile, Patton Tanker and Sir Ironbot have advanced to P25, getting past both NRF Society and Gingerbread 3, 1223. The battle for P26 is heating up between Elmer F Society and Gingerbread 3, 1023, who are driving a Saline 7 twin-turbo, and Kokiba 90 alongside Nakambocum in their McLaren Pone. The competition is tight as they jockey for position. Issy 1212 and Polycostanine have successfully moved up to 16, completing an overtake on Gary No Name. The 3 cars are now engaged in a tight battle for that position. Issy 1012 and Polycostanine are in an Aston Martin Vulcan, showcasing their speed and maneuverability, while Gary No Name, driving the Radical RXEC Turbo 600, is pushing hard to reclaim his spot. The race dynamics are intensifying as they jockey for position. Bobado has successfully overtaken Wayne Train T4 and has now taken position 6. The McLaren Pone is performing strongly as Bobado defends against Wayne Train 94 in the Ferrari F5, indicating a tight battle for that spot. Meanwhile, at P9, 1999 September, in another McLaren Pone is engaged in a close contest with Wazirius Guy, who is driving a Radical RXC Turbo 600 Foxys. Both drivers are pushing hard and the fight for P9 is heating up. Huggies Free has taken the lead, now in Pone after successfully overtaking both Duff Dad and Amy. Meanwhile, Aminsun has made a notable advancement to P23, having overtaken Paradox Atzer. The race is seeing some dynamic position changes as we progress. Sneaker 515 and Maya have successfully moved into P21, overtaking simpler markers. The McLaren Pone is currently leading this battle against the Lamborghini Veneno. Meanwhile, in a tight contest for P25, Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot, in their Ferrari Power 5, are closely contesting the Earth Society and Gingerbread 3523, who are driving the Celine 7 twin turbo. Both battles are heating up as the race progresses. Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to 25th position, executing a clean overtake on both Earth Society and Gingerbread 3523. This maneuver showcases their strategic driving and awareness on the track as they advance through the pack. Patent Tanker in the Ferrari Power 5 has just executed a clean overtake on Sir Ironbot, moving into P25. Meanwhile, MRF Society and Gingerbread 3523 in the Celine 7 twin turbo are closely tailing Sir Ironbot. The gap is tightening as they head into the final corner. Gingerbread 3523 makes a bold move on MRF Society, taking the inside line. They are side by side now, with both drivers pushing hard. MRF Society regains control and holds the position. But Gingerbread 3503 is not giving up easily. The battle for P25 is heating up significantly. Astro Sniper and Deplorable Apple have successfully taken 7, executing a clean overtake on Wayne 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. Okayoki 3 has gained ground, now in P13 after overtaking Nira Sol. Additionally, Sneaker 515 and Maya have moved up to P20, with a notable overtake on Texas Rangers Watt. Wayne 94 has successfully moved into 7, executing a clean overtake on both Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple. In the battle for P19, Grenenjeb and El Piosd, both driving a back mono, are engaged in a tight contest with Snooker 415 and Maya in the McLaren Pone. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as these cars jockey for position. Win Serious Guy has advanced to P8 after successfully overtaking Wayne 94. In the battle for P12, Yujon Savan and Suzanne Greenberg, both in the De Tomaso 72, are closely contested with Okayoki 3, who is driving a Bugatti Chiron. Meanwhile, Simple Marquez in a Lamborghini Veneno is engaged in a fight for P22 against Amundsen in an Aston Martin Vulcan. The race dynamics continue to shift as these drivers compete for position. September has successfully moved up to P9 after overtaking Waintra 94. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for 17 involving Issy 1212 and Polo Kostanin in an Aston Martin Vulcan, alongside Snickelfief 115 and Maya driving a McLaren Pone. The competition is heating up as these four cars jostle for position. Simplemaker has successfully overtaken Texas Rangers Watt, moving up to P21. The gap between them was minimal. But Simplemaker made a strategic move on the inside line, gaining that position with precision. Meanwhile, the top 10 remain tightly contested, with only a few seconds separating 10 and 5. Greening Jeb and LPOSD, both in Beck Monos, are tightly locked in a battle for position 20. Simplemaker in the Lamborghini Veneno is close behind, looking to capitalize on any mistake. Greeny Up has edged slightly ahead of LPOSD, holding the inside line as they approach the next turn. Simplemaker is now gaining ground, using the superior power of the Veneno to close the gap. LPOSD attempts an overtake on Greninja Gut has to back off. Simplemaker is right on their tail, ready to pounce if there's an opening. The race dynamics in this trio are intensifying as they navigate through the track's twists and turns. Snickelfief 15 and the McLaren Pone has just made a decisive move on Maya, taking 17 as they approach the first hairpin. Isiona 1212 and Paula Kostanin, in the Aston Martin Vulcan, are closely trailing them, trying to regain that position. The two cars are now side by side, entering the next straight. Maya is attempting to slipstream behind them for an advantage while Snickelfief 15 defends the inside line. It's a tight battle as they exit the corner, and Isium 1212 has managed to pull ahead slightly but not enough to secure the overtake. The race dynamics continue to intensify with this four-car tussle. Feds has successfully moved into P29 after executing a clean overtake on Baryonyx Walkiri. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing Fed's precision in navigating the tight racing line. Current gaps between cars are starting to tighten as they approach the next set of corners. Paradox has successfully moved up to P24, executing a clean overtake on both NRF Society and Gingerbeard 3. 523. The Aston Martin Vulcan is showing impressive pace as it pulls ahead. Meanwhile, NRF Society and Gingerbeard 3, 23 are engaged in a close battle for position, both driving the Saleen 7 twin-turbo Dotti. The fight for P24 remains intense as they jockey for better track positioning. Bobardo is now in 5 after successfully overtaking Rizaldi Adha. Naiba has also made a significant move, advancing to P26 by getting past both Patentanker and Sariranbot. Amin Sang from Team Nafgum Kings is currently in position 24, closely followed by NRF Society and Gingerbell 3523, who are both in their Saleen 7 twin turbo. Amin Sang is maintaining a slight edge as they enter the tight left-hander. NRF Society makes a maneuver on the inside but has to back off to avoid contact. Gingerbell 523 is now looking for an opportunity on the outside. As they exit the corner, Amin Sang pulls ahead slightly, utilizing the power of the Aston Martin Vulcan down the straight. There's a bit of strategy at play. MRF Society is setting up for a late braking opportunity into the next turn, while Gingerbeard 3523 is trying to line up a slipstream. The battle remains intense for P24 as they head towards the next series of turns. The current leaderboard shows Captain Potato and Mr. N have successfully moved into P3, gaining ground after overtaking Bobardo. Bobardo, now in foul, has managed to pass Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express, dropping him down to 5. Meanwhile, the driver who experienced difficulties has regressed significantly, now sitting in P12 after falling back 9 positions. The race continues to shift as these dynamics unfold on the track. Reningeb and El PIOSD have significantly closed the gap to Paradox, now trailing by just 44.3 seconds. Okioki 3 is experiencing difficulties, resulting in a drop of 7 positions to P26. In the battle for power, Captain Potato in the Jaguar CX-75 is locked in a fierce contest with Mr. M, while Rizaldi Adha in the McLaren Pone is also trying to make a move. The dynamic between these three drivers is heating up as they jockey for position. Astro Sniper and Deplorable have encountered issues, dropping back to 20th position. Meanwhile, Mirasol has made a successful overtake on Rafael and is now in 11th place. Rafael has retaliated by overtaking Gary No Name, moving up to 12th position. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change rapidly. Rizaldi Adha is now in foul after successfully overtaking 1999 Setembro, who has slipped back to pride. Meanwhile, 1999 Setembro has also made a move up, taking over 5 from Wazirius Guidotti. In the midfield, Ision 1212 and Paula Costanin have both advanced to 15 by overtaking Snicker 500 and 15 and Maya, respectively. The positions are shifting rapidly as they navigate the track. The race has seen some significant shifts in positions. Captain Potato and Mr. M have both struggled, dropping back to P20 after falling 8 spots. Meanwhile, Isiona 12-12-12 and Paula Costanian have made a strong move up to 13, successfully overtaking Sniku 515 and Maya in the process. Sniku 515 and Maya, however, have not lost their momentum entirely, as they have also managed to advance to 15 by overtaking Texas Ranger SWAT. The dynamic is constantly changing as the cars jockey for position on the track. Jules Johnson and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully taken 7, executing a clean overtake on Tinkerman 704. Aira Faye has also gained ground, now holding P9 after overtaking Mira Sol from Team Starline Pixels. Meanwhile, there's an intense battle for 17 between simple markers in a Lamborghini Veneno and the man driving a Bugatti Chiron. The racing dynamics are heating up as these positions shift. Bobardo has advanced to P2, successfully overtaking Rizaldi Adha. Rizaldi Adha then reclaimed some momentum, moving to P3 by passing 1999 Setembro. Following that, 1999 Setembro has now taken far, after overtaking Wayne 24. The positions are shifting quickly as the race continues. Reyes is making significant progress, reducing the gap to NRF Society and Gingerbread 3523 by 44.5 seconds. In the meantime, Snake 515 and Maya have advanced to P8 after overtaking the man. The man has responded by reclaiming some ground, now in P9 after passing Texas Ranger SWAT. Captain Potato and the Ista N have moved up to P12, successfully overtaking Simflamarcus. Simflamarcus has retaliated by moving up to P13 after overtaking Wazirius Guy. Meanwhile, Kokibinenity and Nukambukam have advanced to P24, overtaking Baryonyx Valkyrie in the process. As the race continues, Issy 1212 and Paulo Costanin in the Aston Martin Vulcan are locked in a tight battle for P11 against Captain Potato and Nista M driving the Jaguar CS75. The competition is fierce as they jockey for position. In P18, Simflamarcus in the Lamborghini Veneno is closely contesting with Wazirius Guy in the Radical RXC Turbo 600. Both drivers pushing their limits as they vie for that position. Further down the field, Guaninja Benalpayo SD, also in Backmonos, are engaging in a battle with Tankaminan 704, who is driving another Radical RXC Turbo 600 for 17. The dynamics between these cars are making for an exciting scrap as they navigate the track. Tankaminan 704 has made a notable surge, overtaking 4 cars and securing position 13. Neresol is also on the move, making an impressive 5 overtakes to claim position 14. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 and Paula Costanin are struggling, having lost 7 positions and now sitting at P18. The dynamics in the midfield are changing rapidly with these shifts. Niper has just made an impressive charge up the field, overtaking 4 cars to secure position 24. Amin Sun is closing in on Isiona 1212 and Paulo Costani, reducing the gap by 16.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Koki Binenadi and Nukembakam are struggling, having dropped 6 positions down to 30th place. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers navigate their strategies. Okaoka 3 has gained ground, and is now in 15 after successfully overtaking Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot. This has pushed Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot back to 16, where they managed to overtake Rafael. In the meantime, Rafael has moved up to 17 by overtaking Baryonyx Walkuri. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Renijeb and Alpine OSD are now just 3 seconds behind Sol, showing impressive pace as they close the gap. The battle for position is intensifying, with both cars clearly taking advantage of the slipstream. Renijeb appears to be gaining on Alpine OSD, potentially setting up for an overtake if they maintain this momentum. The dynamics in this trio are heating up as they head into the next corner. Baryonyx Walkuri has dropped down to 25th position, losing 7 spots. Yuseon 7 and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully overtaken Waintre 94, and are now in the league at 1st and 2nd positions. Kogut 3 has also made significant progress, moving up to 3rd by overtaking Duffdad and Amy. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as drivers jostle for position. Koki Beninati and Ukimbakum have made a solid move up to position 29, successfully overtaking Feds. Meanwhile, Feds has retaliated by advancing to position 30 after overtaking Baryonyx Walkuri. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple have successfully moved up to P13, executing a clean overtake on Grenijeb and Alpine. Their strategic maneuvering has paid off as they navigate through the pack. September has successfully maneuvered into Pate, overtaking both Captain Potato and Neista and Base. The move was executed on the inside line as they approached turn 3, showcasing excellent timing and control. The competition remains tight as the cars jostle for position further up the grid. No other significant changes in the top positions at this moment. Neo Texum, in the Lamborghini Reventon, is currently holding on to P28, with Koki Binati and Nukambokum closely behind in their McLaren Pones. There's a tight pat forming as Koki Binati makes a move on the inside of Neo Texum, trying to secure that position. Nukambokum is right on their tail, ready to capitalize on any mistake. Into the next corner, Kokibanunity manages to overtake Neotexum, moving into P28, while Nukembokum looks for an opportunity to follow through. As they exit the corner, Neotexum fights back but is slightly behind. The battle continues fiercely as they head down the straightaway, with positions still very much up for grabs. Nukembokum is now making a daring move on the outside, trying to outpace both drivers. It's a close race for P28, with each driver showcasing their skills and strategy. Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express has successfully moved into Pfar after executing a clean overtake on Bobardo. In another strategic move, Tenkamen 7 Hole has advanced to P11 by overtaking both Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple. Meanwhile, Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple have countered by moving up to P12, managing to overtake Okayoki 3 in the process. The race is intensifying with these position changes. September has successfully moved up to 7 after executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato and Mr. M. In another development, Mirasol has climbed to Pen, surpassing Tenkamana's 704. The race continues to see some strategic maneuvers as positions shift among the competitors. Wayne Train 94 is currently maintaining his position at Pfar, but Hugger 3 is closing in, reducing the gap to 2.1 seconds. Bobardo has successfully overtaken 1999 September, now securing 5 toid. Meanwhile, 1999 September has regained some ground and is back up to 6 after overtaking the man. The dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. One series guy just made a decisive move, advancing to Pate after overtaking Mirasol. There's currently an intense battle between them for that position. Meanwhile, Euzone 7 and Suzanne Greenberg have both climbed to P13, successfully overtaking Greninja and Alpile SD. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change hands. Tenkaminen 704 has successfully moved up to P9 after executing a clean overtake on Mirasol. The maneuver was precise, allowing Tenkamin 704 to gain a crucial position in the race standings. Hey Incidon! Party Papa, welcome back to the wild world of AI racing. Buckle up, it's gonna be a thrilling ride. Automobile dashing away. Currently, Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot have advanced to 13th position after successfully overtaking Iarafale. Iarafale has retaliated by moving up to 14th place, overtaking the man. Meanwhile, the man has also made a move, climbing into 15th position by passing Okayoki 3. The race is intensifying as these positions continue to shift. US John 7 and Susanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to P11, executing an effective overtake on both Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple. Meanwhile, NRF Society and Gingerbear 3523 have advanced to P26, overtaking Kokibaninity and Nukembokem. In a strategic shift, Kokibaninity and Nukembokem have now pushed ahead to P27, managing to overtake Nibe. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race dynamics continue to unfold. New Texum is now just 39 seconds behind Nibe from Team Still No Name Racing, continuing to close that gap. Habib 3 has successfully overtaken Rizali Adha and is currently in P22A. Rizali Adha has responded by moving up to P3 after passing Wayne Tree 984. The positions are shifting as the race progresses. The man has successfully moved up to P12, executing a clean overtake on Arafale. Meanwhile, Arafale climbed to P13 by overtaking both Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot in a swift maneuver. In the battle for P24, Greninjeb and Alpio SD are driving their back monos, while Amundsen in the Aston Martin Vulcan is closely contesting them, creating an intense three-car duel. Mirasol has just moved up to 6 after successfully overtaking Wazirius Guy, who now sits in 7. Wazirius Guy managed to advance to 7 by getting past Captain Potato and Meister M. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for P19 between Gary No Name in a Radical RXC Turbo 600 and Simple Marcus in a Lamborghini Veneno. The competition is heating up as they jockey for position. Texas Rangers Watt is gaining rapidly on Captain Potato and Meister M, reducing the gap by 5.2 seconds. The man has successfully overtaken Irafale, moving into P11. Meanwhile, Irafale has managed to overtake both Captain Potato and Meister M, advancing to P12. The race dynamics are shifting as positions continue to change. Bobado has successfully closed the gap to Huggard 3 by 2.1 seconds, indicating a potential overtake soon. Meanwhile, Mirasol and Wazirius Guy are engaged in a tight battle for 6, exchanging positions as they navigate the track. Additionally, Sirius Guy is also contending with Tenkamine 70447, intensifying the competition in that area. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as these racers push their limits. Astro Sniper and Deplorable Apple have successfully moved up to 15, executing an overtake on Sniku 515 and Maya. This shift in position demonstrates a solid strategy as they capitalize on the slight mistakes made by their competitors. The race continues to remain competitive as the drivers jostle for better placements. Wayne 394 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners has successfully moved into 7, executing a clean overtake on the man. The man then countered by advancing to Pate, passing Tenkamine 704 in the process. Mirasol has advanced to P12, successfully overtaking both Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple. Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple have subsequently moved up to P13 after overtaking Tenkamine 7R4. Meanwhile, Sniku 515 and Maya have gained positions, moving up to 15 by overtaking Okiyoki P3. Koki Bananati and Nukambakam have gained positions, and now sit in 25th place after successfully overtaking Naibe. Meanwhile, Naibe has improved to 26th place by passing both Amaref Society and Gingerbread 3523. The race dynamics remain competitive as these drivers jockey for position. Mirasol has significantly reduced the gap to Wazirius Guy, now trailing by just 2.5 seconds. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, Speedmaster overtook Turbotech on the inside line, gaining a position. Up front, the leader remains unchanged, but the top 3 are maintaining a tight formation. The dynamics of this race are shifting as Mirasol gains momentum. Neotexum has significantly closed the gap to EONRF Society and Gingerbear 3523, now trailing by just 40.1 seconds. EOS John 7 and Suzanne Greenberry have successfully moved into 5 after overtaking Wayne 94. Meanwhile, Wayne 94 has retaken 6 by getting ahead of the man. The man has successfully moved up to 6, after executing a clean overtake on Waintra 94. This maneuver positions him closer to the top 5 as the race progresses. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack remains tightly bunched, with a few attempts at overtakes occurring further back in the field. The battle for positions is intensifying as they approach the next corner. Captain Potato and Mr. M are gaining on Huggard 3, reducing the gap by 2:30 seconds. Their pace is noticeably quicker as they maneuver through the corners. Meanwhile, Huggard 3 appears to be struggling with tire wear, which could impact performance. Captain Potato is now just 5.1 seconds behind Huggard 3, while Mr. M is closely trailing at 5:40 seconds. The battle for position is heating up, with both contenders looking to capitalize on any mistakes made by Huggard 3. Waintra 94, in the Ferrari Power 5, is closely tailing Hugger in the Radical RXE Turbo 600 as they race for 7th place. Waintra 94 attempts an overtake on the inside at turn 4, but Huggard 3 holds the line, maintaining position. Meanwhile, the battle for 23rd has intensified with Patent Tanker in another Ferrari Power 5 and Sir Ironbot applying pressure behind. Koki Benenedi and Nukembokem in the McLaren Pone are also engaged in this fight, with all 4 cars jostling closely through the corners. Patent Tanker looks to the outside, trying to gain an advantage on Sir Ironbot, while Koki Benenedi defends against Nukembokem's advance. The race dynamics are shifting as these placements remain tight throughout the field. Gobardo is now in P2 after a successful overtake on 1999 September. Meanwhile, 1999 September has climbed to P3, managing to pass both EU's John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg. EU's John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg are now in power after overtaking the men. The race continues to be competitive as positions shift rapidly. Gobardo has taken the lead, moving up to Pone, after successfully overtaking both Duff Dad and Amy. Captain Potato and the Mr. M have advanced to the 7, executing a clean overtake on Huggard 3 from Team Nufgumkins. The race is showing some competitive dynamics with these position changes. US John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to P2, executing a clean overtake on the car from Team Quark Express. Following that maneuver, the driver from Team Corp Express has regained some momentum and has overtaken Barbardo, placing them now in P3. The race is tightening as positions shift rapidly. Hey there, MBG 2129. Party Popper, welcome back to the race. Buckle up, cause we're about to witness some AI engines roar, and maybe a few digital spinouts. Racing car dashing away, let's go. Barbardo advanced to 7 after a successful overtake on Hug 3. Okie 3 has climbed to 15, getting past Simple Markers. In response, Simple Markers has regained some ground and is now in 16 after overtaking both Snickle 515 and Myad. The AI-driven cars are in full swing, as we see significant movement in the rankings. The man has encountered issues, slipping 6 positions back to pen. Meanwhile, Naibe from Team Still No Name Racing is on a charge, successfully overtaking 5 cars to climb to P20. Gary No Name is also making strides, advancing 4 positions to reach P23. The dynamics of this race are shifting rapidly with each lap. Hugger 3 has successfully overtaken Barbardo and secured the 6th position. The Radical RXC Turbo 600 is maintaining a strong pace, while Barbardo in the McLaren Pone is trying to keep up. Meanwhile, Rafael from Team Blast has gained ground, moving up to 16th place after overtaking both Greninja and El Pios Deep Dive. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions continue to change. Henkaman in 704 has gained a position, now in P12, after successfully overtaking the man. Meanwhile, the man has responded and climbed to P13 by passing Texas Rangers. Naiba is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Simple Markers by 4.7 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as positions change on the track. The car in P12 has successfully overtaken Tenkamina 704, moving up the leaderboard. Rafael has also made significant progress, advancing to 13 after overtaking both Greninja and El Pio SD. Meanwhile, Greninja and El Pio SD have pushed ahead to 15 by overtaking Texas Rangers. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. Hey Kamikaze 38. Welcome back to the raceway. Buckle up, it's gonna be a wild ride with our AI racers zooming around. Racing car dashing away. Series Guy has successfully moved up to P8 after an overtaking maneuver on Wayne Tray 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. The move appeared clean, showcasing Series Guy's precision and timing. Wayne Tray 94 has successfully moved up to P8 after executing a clean overtake on Series Guy. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing good speed and timing as they approached the turn. This shift in positions adds some competition in the mid-pack. The man has successfully moved up to P11, executing well-timed overtakes on both Assetto Sniper and Deplorably Apple. Isiel 1212 and Paula Costanin have climbed up to P23, having passed Amundsen.wall. Meanwhile, Amundsen is now in P24 after overtaking both MIF Society and Gingerbread 3523. The race continues to showcase dynamic positioning changes as drivers jockey for better placements. Texas Rangers Watt is now just 41.1 seconds behind Assetto Sniper and Deplorable Apple as they continue to close the gap. In a heated battle for P2, Eus John 7 in the De Tomaso 72 is neck and neck with Suzanne Greenberg, while Rizaldi Adha in the McLaren Pone is right on their tail. Nira Sol from Starline Pixels is also making moves, reducing the gap to Series Guy by 2.4 seconds. Eus John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg, in the De Tomaso 72, are locked in a tight battle for second place with Rizaldi Adha in the McLaren Pone. The pressure is on as they jostle for position, with all three cars displaying impressive speed and handling. In the mid-pack, Assetto Sniper and Deplorably Apple have successfully moved up to 14th place after overtaking Greenajib and El Payo SD, showcasing some strategic driving. Feds has made significant progress, now in 29th place after overtaking both Snaku 515 and Maya, demonstrating good race pace and efficiency. Nira Sol's lead is being challenged as the gap shrinks by 3 seconds, indicating a strong push from the car behind. Paradox has made a significant move, advancing to P21 after successfully overtaking Gary No Name. The dynamics are shifting as we approach the next lap. 1999 Setembro continues to lead the race, but Captain Potato and Mr. M are narrowing the gap significantly, reducing it by 19.2 seconds in recent laps. In the battle for second place, Yves John Saban and Susanna Greenberg, both driving into Tommaso 72, are engaged in a tight contest against Risoldi Adha in a McLaren Pome. The competition is fierce as they jockey for position, making strategic moves to gain the upper hand. Currently, the dynamics suggest a potential shift in positions as the drivers push their limits. Captain Potato and Mr. M are gaining momentum, while the battle for P2 intensifies between the other three competitors. Astro Sniper and Deplorably Apple are rapidly closing the gap to Captain Potato and Mr. M, now just 42.5 seconds behind. Meanwhile, Uyuz John 7, Ina de Tommaso 72, and Suzanne Greenberg are locked in a fierce battle for P2 against Risoldi Adhai in a McLaren Pome. The three are maintaining a tight formation as they navigate the track. Additionally, the man is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Nearasol by 2.8 seconds. The race dynamics are increasingly intense as positions shift. Yves John 7 and Susanna Greenberg are locked in a tight battle for third place, both driving the Tommaso 72. They are closely followed by 1999 Setembro in the McLaren Pome, who is trying to find an opening to overtake. Meanwhile, Isiona 1212 and Paolo Costanin are gaining on Gary No Name, successfully reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. The dynamics of the race are intensifying as these positions continue to shift. Feds has indeed made a significant move, reducing the gap to Neo-Texan by 2.30 seconds. Currently, Feds is in third place, and Neo-Texan sits comfortably in second. The distance between them is shrinking rapidly, indicating an impending battle for position. Up front, the leader remains unchallenged, maintaining a steady pace. But all eyes are on this developing situation. As we continue to monitor their progress, it's clear that Feds is gaining momentum. Bobado is now in power after successfully overtaking Hugard 3. Hugard 3 has climbed to 5, having passed both Uyuz John 7 and Susan Greenberg. Captain Potato and Mr. M are working together to catch up to Tenka minutes 704, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. Winzerius Guy from No Name Racing has significantly closed the gap to Captain Potato and Mr. M, narrowing it down by 13.7 seconds. However, Captain Potato and Mr. M have moved up to P9 after executing an overtake on Serious Guy. The dynamic is shifting as Serious Guy continues to reel them in. OK3 has successfully moved up to 16 after a clean overtake on Tankermin in 704. Meanwhile, Simple Marcus has climbed to P18 by passing A. Arafel. The competition for P23 is heating up as Amundsen, Isio and 12 and Paulo Costanin are engaged in a tight battle, showcasing some close racing dynamics. Amundsen has advanced to P22 after successfully overtaking IC12 and Paulo Costanin. Meanwhile, IC12 and Paulo Costanin have both improved their positions to P23 by overtaking Koki Beninati and Nukembokim Batim. Koki Beninati and Nukembokim now sit in P24 after passing Amaref Society and Gingebib 3523. The field is tightening as drivers jockey for position. Marif Society and Gingebib 3523 have significantly reduced the gap to Gary No Name by 9.9 seconds, indicating a strong push for position. Meanwhile, 1999 September has made an impressive move into P2, successfully overtaking Rizaldi Ada. Bilbado is also gaining on Rizaldi Ada, closing the distance by 2.4 seconds, creating tension in the midfield. Captain Potato and Mr. M are making significant progress, now just 2 seconds behind Waintra 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. The dynamic duo has been maintaining consistent lap times, indicating the potential for an overtaking maneuver in the upcoming laps if they keep up this pace. Waintra 94, meanwhile, is under pressure to defend their position as they navigate through the next corner. Currently, the man is in 5 after successfully overtaking Hughes John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg. Following that maneuver, Hughes John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg have both advanced to 6 by passing Waintra 94. Meanwhile, Waintra 94 has gained position to 7, overtaking Captain Potato and Mr. M Base. The race is tightening up as drivers jockey for position. (1999) September is now just 2.1 seconds behind Duff Dad, making a strong push to catch up. Okayoki 3 has successfully overtaken Naira Soul, moving into 15. The two are now engaged in a close battle for that position, with Okayoki 3 in a Bugatti Chiron and Naira Soul in a Radical RXC Turbo 620. The dynamics between these two cars are showcasing their strengths as they jockey for position. Captain Potato and Mr. M have successfully advanced to 7, executing a clean overtake on Huggard 3 from Team Nafgong Kings. Meanwhile, Huigrid 3 has retaliated, moving up to Pate by overtaking Wazirius Guy. In response to that maneuver, Wazirius Guy has swiftly moved into P9, overtaking the man. The positions are shifting rapidly, as the drivers continue to battle for every spot on the track. Simplamarcus is gaining on Tenkamin in 704, reducing the distance to 2.4 seconds. The gap is tightening as we approach the next turn. Meanwhile, in the mid-pack, Car 5 is attempting an overtake on Car 7, inching closer as they exit the corner. Car 3 is also in a battle with Car 8 for position, with just a few tenths separating them. The pace is picking up as we head into the next lap. Astro Sniper and Deplorable are currently engaged in a close battle for pen, with both driving high-performance vehicles. Astro Sniper in an Ariel Atom 500 and the man in a Bugatti Chiron. Meanwhile, Grenadjeb and Alpio SD are narrowing the gap on Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot, reducing their distance by 2.8 seconds. Nira Sol has made progress, moving up to 16, after successfully overtaking Tamkamain in 704. (1999) Setembro has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Rizaldi Adha on the main straight. Captain Potato and Niesta M have both advanced to 6, getting ahead of Waintra 94 with a clean maneuver. Meanwhile, Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot have climbed up to 13, having overtaken Tankerman in 7.4 in the process. The race is showing some tight competition as positions continue to shuffle. Tenkamen in 7.4 has made a significant move, advancing to P13 after overtaking both Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot. Meanwhile, Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot are still in the chase, reducing their gap to Tenkami in 704 by 8 seconds. In another battle, Neo Texum is gaining ground on Feds, closing the distance by 6.7 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change and gaps shrink. Bilbado from Team Blast has significantly closed the gap to Rizaldi Ada from Team Quark Express, now trailing by just 3.8 seconds. In the midfield, Hilger 3 has successfully overtaken Wayne Train 94, moving up to 7. A battle is now brewing between Huggard 3 in the Radical RXE Turbo 600 and Wayne Train 94 in the Ferrari File 5 as they continue to jockey for position. The fight for P7 is heating up. Captain Potato and Mr. M have significantly reduced the gap to Rizaldi Adha, now down to 46.3 seconds. The duo appears to be working in tandem, maintaining a consistent pace. As they push forward, it will be interesting to see if they can continue this momentum and challenge for a higher position. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha is holding steady but may need to increase their speed to fend off the advancing competitors. Bilbado has taken the lead, now in Poen after successfully overtaking 1999 September. Tankerman in 704 has made significant progress, moving up to P12 by passing both Patent Tanker and Sirarenbot. In response, Patent Tanker and Sirarenbot have shifted to P13, having overtaken nearest Soldati. The dynamics are shifting rapidly in this segment of the race. Eus John 7 and Susanne Greenberg have made significant progress, now sitting in 5 after successfully overtaking Hug 3. Meanwhile, Hugo 3 has responded by advancing to 6, overtaking Wayne Trinity 4. This has pushed Wayne Trinity 4 down to 7, as they have also lost position to Bilbado from Team Blast. The dynamic of the race is shifting rapidly with these position changes. A Minisan has advanced to P21, after successfully overtaking Isioma 1212 and Polokostanin Toitwignin. Meanwhile, Neotexum is making significant progress, cutting the gap to Naibi from Team Still No Name Racing down to 4.3 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change and gaps close. One serious guy has made a significant move, advancing to 8th position after successfully overtaking Wayne Train 94. Meanwhile, Ision 1212 and Paula Costanin have also gained ground, both reaching 20th position by overtaking Aminsan.kel. The race continues to see dynamic changes in positions as drivers push their limits. Rizaldi Adha in the McLaren Pony is currently battling closely with Captain Potato and Mr. M, both in Jaguar CSS75 so P22. They are exchanging positions frequently as they navigate the track. Meanwhile, Greningep and El Piosd have successfully moved up to 14 after overtaking Simflamarcus, who has dropped to 15. Simflamarcus managed to overtake Ayarafael, which puts him in a more competitive position at 15. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as drivers jockey for position. Simflamarcus now occupies 14, after successfully overtaking both Greningep and El Piosd. The maneuver was executed smoothly, showcasing good acceleration on the straight. The cars are now approaching a tight turn that could impact their positions further. John 7 and Susan Greenberg have successfully moved into foul after an overtaking maneuver on Bobardo. Bobardo, now in 5, executed a move to overtake Huggard 3, who remains in 6th. A close battle is unfolding between Bobardo in the McLaren Pone and Huggard 3 in the Radical RXC Turbo 600 as they jockey for position in 5. The competition remains fierce as they navigate the track. Currently, Tenkomanin 704 is in pen after successfully overtaking Mirasol, who has now dropped to P11. Mirasol, however, made a quick move to reclaim some ground by overtaking Waintra 94, placing them in P11, while Waintra 94 falls to P12. Texas Rangers Watt is now in P13 after being overtaken by Waintra 94. The mid-pack is seeing some action as drivers jostle for positions. Okeoki 3, from Team Racing Potatoes is making significant progress as they close the gap to Texas Rangers Watt, reducing it by 5.8 seconds. Meanwhile, One Serious Guy is also gaining on Huggard 3, cutting down the distance by 2:30 seconds. The competition is heating up with these two drivers pushing hard to improve their positions. John 7 and Suzanne Greenberg have successfully moved up to Pfauer, executing a clean overtake on Bobardo. This places them in a strong position as they continue to push towards the front of the pack. Bobardo now sits in 5, looking to regain lost ground. The top 3 remain unchanged for now. One Serious Guy maintains the lead, but the man is rapidly closing the gap by 590.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Patent Tanker and Sir Ironbot have successfully overtaken Green Ninjip and El Piosd. moving up to position 16. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change. Car 7, Gary No Name, has just made significant progress, reducing the gap to Car 3. Bobardo, by 586.1 seconds. The telemetry indicates that Gary is utilizing a more aggressive racing line, which appears to be paying off. Bobardo will need to defend his position as Gary continues to close in rapidly. In the midfield, Car 5, known as Speedster, just executed a successful overtake on Car 8, Turbo Dave, moving into 5th place. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. Towards the front, Car 1 Flash remains in the lead, but Car 2, Racer X, is applying pressure and is only 2.3 seconds behind. The next few laps could be crucial for positioning as the drivers prepare for potential overtakes. Overall, the race is intensifying with strategic maneuvers unfolding throughout the field. Hugged 3 is now just 2.5 seconds behind Eusjung 7 and Susan Greenberg, continuing to gain ground. Meanwhile, Tenkaman in 704 has advanced to P8 after successfully overtaking Nira Sol. The race dynamics are shifting as Hugged 3 closes the gap further. The man has advanced to 6 after successfully overtaking Captain Potato and Neaster M. Meanwhile, Captain Potato and Neaster M have both moved up to 7 by passing Tenkaminin 704. Tenkaminin 704 is now in P8 after executing an overtake on Wazirius Guy. The positions are shifting rapidly as the drivers make their moves. Aya Rafael is closing in on Nira Sol, reducing the gap to 21.4 seconds. Texas Rangers Watt is also gaining ground, now just 11.1 seconds behind Aya Rafael. The man has made a successful move into 6, overtaking both Captain Potato and Mayest M. Wayne Train 94 has successfully closed the gap to the car from Team Quark Express by 2.8 seconds, tightening the competition in the top spots. Nira Sol is making moves, advancing to P11 after overtaking Texas Rangers Watt. Meanwhile, Greninja and El Pio SD have both gained positions, moving up to 16 by getting past Simplamarcus. Wunziria's guy is currently in the lead, but the man is narrowing the gap, closing in by 14.8 seconds. Tenkamin in 7.4 is also making progress, reducing the distance to the man by 39.8 seconds. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers adjust their strategies. Astro Sniper and Deplorableeple have successfully moved up to P13, overtaking Okayoki 3. The three are now engaged in a tight battle for that position. Astro Sniper and Deplorableeple are piloting an aerial Atom 500, while Okayoki 3 is behind the wheel of a Bugatti Chiron. The race dynamics are heating up as they jockey for position on the track. Neotexum has made significant progress, reducing the gap to NRF Society and Gingerbread 3,523 by 41.1 seconds. The competitive dynamics are intensifying as Neotexum gains momentum, positioning for a potential overtake in the upcoming laps. Meanwhile, NRF Society and Gingerbread 3,523 are maintaining their current pace, but will need to defend against Neotexum's advances. The race strategy is becoming crucial as these three cars are starting to line up closely.